Cek cek cek. Cek cek cek. Oke Masku. Halo. Thank you mampir Masku. Thank you. Bersama datang kembali di Function Gaming ya Masku ya. Kita akan lanjut lagi bermain Honkai Starrail. Kita akan lanjut lagi main Honkai Starrail seperti biasa. Kali ini apa namanya? Gue mau coba untuk nge-push dulu kali ya Pak, untuk nge-push ini apa namanya? Story dulu karena apa story quest belum gue kerjain, jadi mungkin mumpung ini gue bisa ngajarin story quest dulu. Karena story quest harus dikerjain, kalau enggak gue tidak akan kerjakan untuk story questnya. Story kan harus bisa dikerjakan. Sebentar ya. Oke, mungkin sebelum itu mungkin coba nge-push dulu. Ada beberapa hal yang ingin gua kerjakan dulu sebelum masuk ke story. Itu adalah mungkin ya grinding, lebih tepatnya gue sih perlu grinding dulu beberapa yang di grinding, habis itu baru kerjakan yang lain. Grinding lalu apa lagi ya? Oh ya mungkin Pak mungkin coba simulate universe sekali, itu baru ngerjain story. Jadi simulate universe dulu, masih butuh farming untuk untuk si Acheron, karena belum jadi. Untuk Acheron gue sekarang ini masih agak lemah damage-nya. Target gue sih itu untuk crit rate-nya itu gue mau nyari 5% lagi karena agak kurang untuk sekarang total crit rate-nya kalau dijumlah-jumlahin. Jadi gue masih butuh sekitar 5% lagi lah. Syukur-syukur kalau bisa dapat lebih gede, tapi ya berharap 5% dulu sih. Harap 5% sih. Kalau udah nambah 5% rasa sih udah kuat sih. Soalnya untuk single enemy masih agak lemah, kalau gue bilang sih masih agak lemah, karena damage-nya itu untuk itunya agak susah untuk bisa nyentuh 100.000 untuk single enemy. Untuk single musuh susah. Kalau total damage kelihatan gede itu kan kalau musuhnya banyak kan dia. Kalau musuhnya dikit itu yang susah. Jadi masih butuh build yang lebih bagus sih. Sama ini gue mau naikin si Green Ivan, karena crit break effect masih agak kurang. Menurut gue sih Green Ivan kalau gue sekarang ini break effectnya masih kurang. Karena kalau menurut gue sih kalau Green Ivan break effectnya itu kalau mau bagus itu di angka 82% total breaknya itu. Ya di atas 80 lah. Itu 80 kemampuan break effect untuk Green Ivan biar cepet itu ngeratainnya. Sama karena sekarang si Acheron sudah muncul ya. Sekarang si Himeko udah mulai bagus lagi nih, soalnya nih Himeko sudah mulai bagus lagi. cukup bisa dipakai. Sama gue juga sambil mau ngebuild tim Eko juga. Sambil boleh gue ngebuild tim Eko lagi nih. Soalnya Miko follow up attack-nya juga berguna juga untuk naikin stack, sama bisa untuk break effect juga, plus follow up attack. Jadi lumayan banget buat tim Miko. Jadi tim Miko sekarang udah mulai bagus soalnya ini. Udah mulai bagus, jadi sepertinya sudah bisa digunakan. Mungkin kok sekarang bisa dipakai, gue sambil udah boleh nyicil lagi untuk ngebuild nasi. Waduh, makin sakit damage-nya. Dulu baru ngaktifin skill. Ya lumayan lah. Damage sedikit kurang. Bagus ini. Ketiga lumayan. Waduh, satu lagi ya. Halo Ozal, halo. Thank you udah mampir MASKU, thank you. Thank you udah mampir, Ozal, thank you udah mampir, thank you. Oke, nambah. Sekarang coba boosting untuk Acheron dulu. Baru sisanya nanti. Guna event masih perlu gue naikin lagi sini. Terutama dari ultimate-nya dulu sama skill aja juga talent. Banyak sih yang perlu dinaikin sebenarnya. Apply Fire Skies, masalahnya talentnya sebenarnya lumayan sih talentnya, tapi kayaknya skill dulu sih, kayaknya yang gincar dulu skill dulu naikin skill sama itunya break effect, naikin skill sama break effect, lalu sebenarnya lumayan sih with a suspicion base chance. Kena event masih kurang dikit lagi sininya break effect-nya masih kurang 10% lagi break effect-nya nih. Untuk Gina event break effect masih kurang 10% lagi nih biar bagus. Tapi harus pakai relic attack ya, bukan relic break, soalnya agak susah soalnya nih. Ngejarnya agak susah. Ngejar sini susah. HP ya boleh lah. HP, efek hit rate. Sebenarnya yang HP yang ini sih bisa gue ganti, tapi gue belum punya yang bagus. Dan bisa gue bilang ini sih. Nanti gue coba yang ini deh, barter dulu. HP ngatur dulu. Lagi ngapain kok? Lagi apa nih? Lagi coba ngebuild karakter ya, Oke, 5% lumayan. Lagi coba ngebuild karakter yang bisa dibuild lah. Ininya untuk karakter yang gue punya. Jadi ya coba ngebuild aja lah. Ini bagus ya. Wah, keren. 11%. Maksudnya untuk si Gwina Event gue kurang. Enggak, udah deh. Wih, 84 lumayan. Udah 84 ya? Berarti udah bagus nih. Asik. Berarti aturan Gwina Event sudah jadi sih ini. Tapi HP-nya agak seret ya, HP-nya ya. HP agak seret, tapi attack-nya lumayan. Crit damage oke. Break effect-nya oke. Efek hit rate lumayan, ada sedikit tambahan bonus. Oke. Oh si ini ya, si pelanya nih belum selesai nih ya. Material synthesize. Coba ini gue selesaiin dulu kali biar pelanya makin bisa ada defense ya. Jadi apa namanya, mungkin untuk awalan sekarang dulu mungkin apa, coba grinding dulu, baru apa namanya nanti apa namanya baru masuk gen ke story questnya. Karena untuk classroom kali ini gue mau apa ngerjain story quest. Ada belum gue kerjain story questnya, jadi apa ya ngerjain story quest. Story quest. Lubang hill. Lubang hill. Ngehil.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Emang enak sih, emang ada si Acheron. Oke lah, gampang.
Destined for oblivion.
Ready for another?
Kurang dikit lagi breaknya ya.
Net markers activate. Time for a good old counter attack.
Again.
Oh.
Still waters of oblivion.
Oke.
Ready for another?
Terus tinggal dikit lagi. Pakai dub Inggris kah? Gua pakai dub Inggris. Gua pakai dub Inggris. Saya sebenarnya sih gua pakai dub Jepang, tapi gua sundul lagi kayaknya. Tapi apa udah bisa ya, gua lupa deh. Gua lupa. Ntar gue coba pakai dub Jepang deh. Tapi gue lupa udah ada atau belum ya dub Jepangnya.
Net markers activate. Time for a good old counter attack. Happy New Year.
6.000
Ready
ya.
for another?
6.000 ya.
Still waters of oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Pantas suaranya agak nih telingaku. Oh karena apa Ozal pakai dub Jepang ya? Apa namanya untuk gamenya ya?
I think something bit me.
Pakai dub Jepang. Aduh.
Destined for oblivion.
Ready for another?
Ciut ya. Battle over, oke. 69 yang lumayan lah. Masih sama nih ngejarnya nih. Masih cukup lama ngejarnya. Relik sudah beres. Dispatch oke. Iya punya aku Jepang. Yo ai. Jepang belum pernah nyoba sih gue yang Jepang. Mungkin nanti gue coba deh. Pure Fiction. Gue mau ngajain Pure Fiction ini sih apa namanya, berat banget lawannya. Karakter gue belum OP. Karakter gue belum masuk dalam kategori OP. Jadi sangat standar banget lah. Oh. Thank you. Stellar Jet Anniversary apa nih? Cosmo Day. Lumayan. Udah nggak dapat diamond lagi ya? Oh kan, udah nggak dapat diamond lagi. Udah nggak dapat diamond, males gue jadi ngejainnya. Udah nggak dapet diamond, males. Perlu gacha untuk bisa dapetin apa nih? Ininya. Boleh cicil terus. Kalau bisa di satu titik dapet. Standar. Gue sekarang udah nggak tahu ngapain lagi di ASR. Bansosnya udah selesai. Bansos selesai udah nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain lagi ya. Kalau bansos selesai udah nggak tahu mau ngapain lagi. Mungkin aja deh. Kalau gue kayaknya nggak siapa mah kerjaan apa di Honkai Starrail gue masih banyak apa hal yang bisa dikerjakan sih. Jadi apa nggak terlalu pusing-pusing sih. Kemarin gacha mau dapat E2 malah dikasih Miko sama Hoyo. Ya nggak apa-apa, lumayan. Tapi lu udah mau E2 ya. Mantap. Gue aja trace aja gue belum dapat apa-apa gue nih. Gue masih sedih banget ini ya, apa namanya karakter gue nih. Si ininya. Masih termasuk sedih karakter ini gue apa namanya? Apa namanya? Si ini ini apa? Si ini ya. Si susah untuk apa? Masih susah untuk bisa dibagusin lagi. Ya, gue harap sih bisa ningkatin lagi sih. Apa namanya sih ini apa? Acheron ya. Tapi apa ininya apa konstelasi gue belum jadi sininya. Acheron gue masih lembek banget ini. Damage-nya belum bisa tinggi. Si damage standar ini sih bisa dibilang sih damage standar. Walaupun sakupun damage gede tapi di tempat gue sih damage-nya masih ini damage standar. Kurang bagus. Butuh lebih banyak power lagi sih kalau mau ini sebenarnya sih. Butuh lebih banyak power lagi. Itu Pela nggak pakai light nya luka. Light konsa luka. Defense decrease nya kan 60%. Apa? Defense increase kan 12%. Luka, yang luka. Gua nggak tahu sih bagusan luka tuh yang ini. Kayak sih luka aja lebih kayaknya itu ya. Luka lebih bagus kayaknya ya untuk itunya apa? Untuk apa namanya? Untuk light concept kayak lebih bagus ya. Kalau nggak tahu sih bagus mana Lukas atau yang ini superimposition ini atau si ini bagusan Luka kali ya mungkin ya untuk light concept ya. Gue nggak tahu sih bagusan mana. Light concept Luka mungkin kayaknya lebih bagus kali ya. 70 chance ya. Kalau mau gua harus superimposition 5 baru bisa 100% biar decrease makin gede. Tapi itu siapa namanya? Gua baru punya berapa ini? 1 2 3 4 gua cuma baru bisa superimposition 3. Gua harus nyari luka lagi. Tapi kalau soal luka bisa barter nggak ya? Gua lupa deh. Red cost-nya luka lebih worth soalnya basic attack-nya PL jadi bisa nambah di buff. Stacker bisa jadi lebih gampang. Oh gitu. Oh iya sih benar sih. Tapi 60% chance ya. Ya ini kan lebih ke efek hit rate ya. Efek hit rate. Mau pakai light konsa luka aja kali biar itu ya. Pakai light konsa luka saja kali ya. Tapi kalau gue sama itu bisa aja sih gue pakai light konsa luka tapi gue fullin dulu sih. Light Conceal luka, berarti gue farming lagi kali ya untuk ambil Light Conceal luka ya. Light Conceal luka mungkin ya. Cobain chance gue ambil 2 dulu deh, simperin position ya, biar apa, biar dapetin lebih gede 80%. Rasa sih ini udah cukup ya. Kalau efek hit rate dari relik badan aja. Bukannya mendingan HP ya? Untuk relik badan ya. Gua crit rate deh. Bagusan masketir atau apa ya mendingan ya untuk si ini ya, apa? Untuk si ini, untuk si pela. Soalnya gua nggak tahu nih lebih bagusan mana sebenarnya sih. Lebih bagusan mana untuk itunya artefaknya. Apakah gue tetap pakai ini atau gue pakai nyari yang lain kah? Efek hit rate ya. Nggak ada, gue crit damage semua ya. Aduh, gue crit damage semua bodinya, nggak ada yang efek hit rate. Gue harus nyari lagi. Atau gue bisa pakai yang lain kali ya? Apa namanya? Itunya. Secretnya untuk si ini, untuk si pela. Di bagusan mana sih? Bagusan pakai ini prisoner ya. 2 set speed sama 2 set HP atau def. 2 set speed sama 2 set atau def. HP atau def ya. Speed. HP yang speed apa ya? Ini follow up. Oh, ini speed yang ini ya. Ini actionnya of traveling itu ya. 2 set speed sama 2 set HP sama def. Oke. Bisa sih, bisa. 2 set speed ya. Bisa sih, bisa. Mungkin bisa. Nanti gue coba deh. Nanti gue coba untuk buildnya. Soalnya aku masih nyari lagi sih ini. Oke, untuk sebentar gue pakai ini dulu sih kayaknya sih. Mungkin gue yang masalah itu antara di sepatu atau enggak itu ya, apa namanya? Apa tuh namanya? Sepatu sama baju. Sama body. Outgoing atau nggak speed atau nggak defense ya. Defense nggak sih, gue punya banyak sih. Tapi nggak ada deh, jelek. Gue butuh efek hit rate ya untuk di body ya, seenggaknya ya, apapun itu ya. Oke. Nanti gue coba deh. Mungkin kayak sebentar ini dulu sih. Sambil nanti grinding lagi untuk si apa itunya luoca. Luoca apa namanya? Luka itunya. Sambil itunya luka, nanti coba pelan-pelan deh. Mendingan pakai itunya itu aja luca aja ya, luka aja biar lebih gampang ya. Simulate universe. Kayaknya sini simulate universe dulu kali ya. The buffer rinca Acheron pun senang. Iya sih memang. Di buffer lincah enak gitu kali ya. Itemku sudah di set ya. Aku pakai apa yang lawannya ya, lupa deh. Ini itu Acheron ya. Ntar ada nggak sih apa namanya riwayat itunya? Change file data. Cara gue ngelihat gue sebelumnya pakai apa, mana ya, gue lupa deh. Cara gue, soalnya bukan bisa, kalau nggak salah bisa dilihat deh. Index ya. Apa namanya? Cara gue bisa ngeliat apa sebelumnya gue pakai apa gitu. Ada ya. Gue lupa lawannya pakai apa ini. Bisa pakai Acheron sih. Apa ya? Vintage resistant. Salah. Ini pakai jangan Gallagher. Enggak itu. Oh, ini malah jadi nggak tembus ya. Enggak, jangan Himiko belum jadi. Pahala sama ini kali ya. Pahala sama. Jujur dunia 9 bagusnya DOT. Gua mau full DOT bisa aja sih, tapi gua butuh fire juga sih untuk bisa ngancurin. Kafka follow up. Ini Eroduction path of eroduction bisa aja sih. Bukan, eroduction itu destruction, abundance, nihility, preservation. Sebenarnya enakan kalau buat gue sih enakan sama-sama set nihility sih, soalnya apa namanya break lebih cepet. Buat gue sih. Ini gue lupa pakai apa sebelumnya, kayak gini atau apa ya? Apa gue tetap pakai Kafka ya? Oh nggak, gue tetap pakai Kafka deh. Iya, gue tetap pakai Kafka. Gue tetap pakai Kafka untuk hancurinnya ini. Benar, gue tetap pakai Kafka deh. Oh, break habis bisa dari Gallagher. Kafka atau Acheron ya? Bingung. Erection harus beresin dulu event SU emas sama mesin. Emas sama mesin. Oh iya. Ini sih bisa, tapi pas tembus ininya yang butuh api soalnya. Coba deh, gue kepo konsep gimana, soalnya kan gue udah biasa pakai itu. Pakai eroduction. Ini aja. Masih eroduction itu ya apa namanya? Gue tetap pakai nihility. Erudition ya, boleh ntar gue coba deh erudition. Pakai Kafka bareng Acheron juga bagus kok. Iya juga bagus, tapi apa namanya untuk gebreknya mungkin agak berat sih, untuk gebreknya itu. Gebreknya agak berat. Blessing, maksudnya gue gak perlu blessing. Gak kena. Goblok, gak kena itunya. Kalau bisa jauh lebih cepet ya. Bisa jauh lebih cepet ya ngurusnya ya. Kalah gua. Nanti deh, kalau misalkan nanti bisa ganti karakter. Nanti gue itu deh. Oke. Oke. Remembrance yang bagus. Elation mau nggak mau.
Stream forth the gleam
Diilitin hilti. Kafka yang tar hancurin begitu hanya di bos terakhir aja. Yo ay. Biar lebih cepet itunya apa namanya hancurinnya. Terus naikin nih heal itu dulu nih soalnya nih. Kafka nanti jadi kunci utama sih untuk hancurin itunya.
Stream forth. Gleam gold blades.
Remembrance. Ah. Abundance deh. Cara juga sih.
Stream forth. The gleam of old blades.
Nihility. Erudition. Path erudition yang mana? Gue gak lupa gue soalnya.
Time for a good old counterattack. Happy New Year!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
400 lumayan sih. Kok bisa 500 aja. Gua paling tinggi masih di 400-an sih. Kok 500 cuma pernah sekali ya itu udah nggak lagi. Semoga nanti pakai PL lebih cepet kali ya. Path erudition yang itu ya apa namanya? Seperti universe emas dan mesin ya. Ya nanti deh. Path of erudition ya. Oh, oke. It's a good one. Sigunia. Sebenarnya ini cukup bagus kalau menurut gue sih ini Sigunia ini, tapi gue belum tahu karakternya siapa yang cocok dipakai buat Sigunia ini. Oh iya, buat ngebuka erudition harus beresin dulu eventnya kayak propagation di bencana swarm. Oh berarti gue sekelarin bencana swarm dulu ya. Gue belum sih nyentuh sih yang itu yang swarm itu belum. Gue belum sentuh, masih nyimpan buat yang swarm disaster. Gue belum gue sentuh. Siapa tadi mau Kafka gue paling blessing aja dulu. Rakit red elation. Ngasih ini buat ganti karakter ya. Kayak di terakhir kayaknya buat ganti karakter ya. Oh sini ya sip, nanti bisa ganti. Gue pertandingan Green Ivan aja dulu. Bertahan dengan Green Ivan aja dulu. Erudition apa harus dapetin dari itu ya. Saya sih cukup kuat sih untuk bisa nge-push swarm disaster. Saya sih bisa cukup di push harusnya.
Stream forth. The gleam of old blades.
Split. Oh nih. Halo Vince, halo, thank you mampir MASKU.
Stream forth.
Kena aja.
Gleam of old blades.
Wah, dapat. On time. Kabar sidang MK udah beres tuh, apa gugutan diterima atau enggak sih? Wah, enggak tahu ada gua. Gua enggak nontonin sidang MK sih. Gue nggak nontonin sidang MK sayangnya, jadi gue nggak tahu. Gue juga belum ada berita lagi sih yang sidang MK. Belum ada berita lagi sih.
Ready for another? Net markers activate.
Sigonia, Herta atau Himeko alternatif buat pure fiction. Herta atau Himeko? Himeko kali ya, gue taruh buat di Himeko aja ya. Soal Himeko juga mau gue bikin juga sih. Alternatif buat pure fiction tapi ya. Sidang MK. Waduh, gue belum baca sih, gue belum dengar sidang MK lagi sih. Sidang MK. Oh, gue nggak tahu deh. Tapi nggak tahu sih gugatan sidang MK ya, terima atau enggak. Gue belum nemu beritanya sih di timeline gue. Gue belum nemu beritanya di timeline. Gue nggak tahu sih apa namanya untuk apa yang gugatan itu. Masa tadi election aja ya. Mau nerima gugatan. Ntar gue coba deh. Nothing, apa tuh? Lebih ke sedang bansos gue lucu. Menteri diminta keterangannya, nggak ada satupun yang masuk. Gua yang baca terakhir nonton berita gitu-gitu. Gua itu loh apa namanya yang yang si Hotman Paris itu loh. Gua nontonnya apa yang si Hotman Paris itu yang gue tahu. Soalnya di timeline YouTube gua kalau ngomongin sidang lebih banyak ada siapa sih Hotman Paris itu loh. Ya si Hotman Paris itu yang ngoceh. Gue cuma dengar sekilas tapi malah sih gue dengar soalnya ngomongan kagak jelas. Jujur aja sih gue dengar kayak gitu gue gemas bener sih, soalnya gue males sama omongan yang yang diulang-ulang terus gitu loh. Gue males gitu loh dengarnya. Kayak nggak ada itu loh, kayak nggak ada intinya ngomongnya itu loh. Omongannya diulang-ulang gitu loh. Malas gue dengarnya. 100 lagi. Beras. Kayak bukan beras deh. Yang kata masalah itu siapa yang masalah itu apa? Yang masalah ini apa? Apa itu namanya? Oh, bentar. Curious. Los edition gimana namanya polit ya gitu bang. Mau juga politik nggak ada yang adem. Politik itu nggak pernah ada yang adem. Aduh, dev lagi like. Politik itu tidak pernah ada yang adem. Oke. Loader kayak nggak perlu sih. Politik mari berpolitik untuk mendapatkan keuntungan. Mari berpolitik untuk mendapatkan keuntungan, MASKU. Jika mau mendapatkan keuntungan, makalah berpolitik. Tapi belum tentu uang yang didapatkan dari politik itu halal. Ntar harus pakai Kafka lagi aja lagi bang. Iya, ntar harus pakai Kafka. Soalnya apa namanya DOT gue juga belum hancur soalnya ini. DOT gue belum itu nih, belum beres soalnya nih. Ini aja deh. Iya nice teknik. Dapetin teknik lagi lumayan. Gue main encounter. Nanti pakai Kafka terakhir gue bisa apa? Dia bisa ada. Apalagi yang apa nih? Gue belum pernah dapat yang gini kayaknya nih. Apalagi yang big korupsi timah. Oh ya timah itu yang sampai berapa ratus miliar tuh. 200 berapa atau nyampe triliun ya, gue lupa deh. Triliun ya? Berapa triliun gitu. Yang timah tuh yang lagi ini sekarang ini nih. Triliun ya kalau salah. Timah kan enggak nyampe. Timah kan lebih dari MM pastilah. Sepahitnya itu kali apa namanya ya? Sepahitnya itu kali apa namanya? Orang kaya berusaha banget untuk dapetin kekayaan ya. Sesusah itu kayak orang untuk selalu mendapatkan kekayaan ya. Dia juga ngerasa sih. Waduh. Mega berarti ya. Proyek besar soalnya itu, proyek timah gitu. Proyek timah ada apa digituin ya bubar kan. Proyek timah gitu. Itu udah masalah sih kalau udah kena gitu sih, aturan sih. Elation. Oke. Wah, dapat nihility-nya beres. Nihility lumayan. Megatama. Enchant sampai bisa dinaikkan. Buff. Baru si Guinevere gue ganti ke Pela. Ini apa ganti ke Kafka. Gue jadi break cepet nih ya. Korupsi timah Megatama. Bukan Megatama ya. Korupsi timah. Tidak pernah bakal ada beres-beres. Cuma 100 ya. Oke sebenarnya sih damage-nya itu. Tapi enak Saka cepet kumpulnya. Waduh. Udah bisa ulti lagi, cepet banget. Oh, cepet ya. Mantap. Oke. Korupsi mega triliunan ya. Korupsi, kolusi dan nepotisme. Iya, banding nggak beli itu ya di buff ya. Ayo, kuat lah ini, bisa lah, hancurin lah.
Time to say bye. Boom.
Oh iya Pak, berhubung apa nih kan apa namanya kan kita sudah mulai dapat libur nih ya. Pada mudik kan nih, Bung Vince, Bung Ozal, pada mudik gak atau nggak apa namanya di rumah saja? Lah mati. Nggak lihat ya, mati itunya Suza ini hancurinnya nih, mati. Walah, kuatnya nih hancurin ini nih. Waduh, susah nih hancurinnya nih. Aduh, gua ngeliat kafanya mati lagi. Alah. Ya. Kalah ini. Kafkanya mati, gue nggak merhatiin lagi. Aduh, Kafkanya mati, gue nggak merhatiin. Susah ini tembusnya ini. Kafkanya mati lagi, gue nggak merhatiin. Asem. Kafkanya mati, gue nggak merhatiin lagi. Aduh, ya, susah ini. Aduh, sekarang ini mau mandi terus ini. Kalau salah dapat itu tipis banget ini. Kalau salah dapat ini tipis banget. Ya, semoga bisa tembus lagi detik-detik terakhir.
I weep for the departed.
Apa dia pakai mati lagi, sial. Au.
Ready for another?
Waduh. Wah, tipis.
Net markers activated.
Tipis-tipis.
Good old counterattack.
Ayo, cukup lah ini. Cukup lah.
For oblivion.
Aduh, 4% doang. Wah, dapat ayan. Semati lagi sih Kafkanya, gua nggak melihatin. Kalau gua bisa lebih cepet itu.
Repaid.
Kalau nggak gua bisa lebih cepet itu. Kafkanya mati, sial. Fisikal. Gak butuh. Ya, ampun. Gila, planar yang Izumo kagak dapet. Set nggak beruntung banget kah? Gila. Panik. Buset dah. Gila, nggak dapet sama sekali loh. Gila. Apa namanya? Planarnya kagak dapet, gile. Waduh, kurang dikit lagi. Planarnya kagak dapet loh, gile. Kagak dapet sedikit pun itunya apa? Yang itu, yang buat Acheron. Cuma dapet 1 doang. Itu sedih sih, cuma dapet 1 doang sih. Kok ini? Jelek. Biasa. Jelek. Dapetnya jelek, gila. Jelek banget, jelek. Dapetnya jelek. Dapetnya jelek. Oh ya, grinding dulu deh. Dapetnya jelek. Heran. Si Gunaivan masih kurang dikit lagi. Replenish. Ultimate. Naikin skill aja dulu kali itu talent ya. Talent masih kosong sih. Apa ya? Or fire damage. Bang, anda pamit dulu mau main sama teman. Oke, Bung Osal. Oke. Thank you mampir MASKU ya. Thank you banget. Thank you. ini sih. Lumayan. Thank you banget Bung Osal, thank you banget, thank you. Kalau misalnya belum subscribe, jangan lupa subscribe ya Bung. Thank you banget, thank you. Thank you banget Bung Osal, thank you. Kalau misalnya belum subscribe, subscribe-nya Masku ya. Thank you. Oke, kita lanjut lagi. Mau tadi kah? Oh, ini follow up ya. Follow up. Himeko kalau mau bagus itu kayak damage-nya harus lebih tinggi ya. Kalau Himeko kalau mau lebih bagus, crit damage harus bisa lebih tinggi. Soalnya gue masih pakai tipe follow up sih. Aduh, rekan-rekan gue serak gila. Sebentar. Meko juga belum selesai sih ini nge-build-nya. Fire. Meko belum jadi. Mungkin nanti harus di satu titik yang mana gua full untuk Meko. Galager belum beres ini, masih kurang banget ini. Ya masih banyak banget yang belum gue ini urus, gila. Masih banyak banget ini belum gue urus. Imaginary soal jangan yang ini. Ini aja yang dibuang. Regeneration nggak terlalu pakai sebenarnya sih. Oh, 40% lumayan. Kayaknya regeneration lumayan lah. Ini aja. Pakai aja 9. Oke. Speednya nambah lumayan. Tidak buruk. Acheron harus bisa dinaikin powernya. Aduh, dapat 5% lagi aja. Enak banget kalau saya bisa dapat 5% lagi aja gitu. Di sininya sih nyarinya susah. Gue tidak mau ngebuang crit damage. Nge-carry-nya susah. Walaupun mungkin damage lebih stabil. Stabil tapi tidak gede itu tidak asik. Karena ego mengatakan semakin tinggi damage semakin bagus. Ini ya seharusnya gue bisa dapetin crit ya. Duh. Pela. Si Luocha. Luocha sih ini. Luka. Si Luka. Gue belum main Genshin lagi ya karena terlalu sering main apa nih Honkai, seringan main ini ya Honkai Starrail. Gue pengen nge-push lagi sih itu siapa namanya, apa Genshin Impact. Belum dikerjain soalnya, belum di-push. Besok kali deh, besok. Besok gue bawa itu deh apa Genshin Impact besok. Besok mau Genshin Impact kan. Besok gue mau Genshin Impact. Hah. Oke. Mungkin sini impact dulu, tapi ini dulu ya. Tetap aventurin. Oke masku, mungkin apa namanya untuk ini kan karena udah mau story kan, gue juga sebenarnya sih mau main game sebenarnya sih mau sambil rekaman juga, jadi mungkin sorry apa namanya mungkin untuk kali ini facecamnya gue matiin dulu karena gue mau sambil recording ya, gue mau sambil recording. Biasanya kalau gue sambil recording facecamnya gue matiin tapi suara gue tetap masih ada, jadi gue mau sambil ngerekam lah buat buat tambahan di YouTube lah, kecil-kecil tambah di YouTube, ada klip-klip lah yang mungkin bisa di ituin, soalnya klip-klip penting untuk gitu. Soalnya gue kira-kira ini kan lebih kebanyakan live stream ya, jadi kontennya jadi kayak agak kurang seimbang lah, jadi mau coba gue perbaiki dikit. Jadi karena itu sambil rekam dikit-dikit lah. Soalnya kadang-kadang untuk kalau mau jadi scene bagus, kalau ada mukanya juga agak aneh.
If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory.
Okay.
Basic light cone manifesting. Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time? Penacony has made.
Soalnya kalau gue belum nggak ngerjain ini yang quest ini, habis yang ngerjain event, soalnya habis ngerjain event.
What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line.
Story.
Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have
memo keeper?
The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter,
Galaxy Ranger,
an unsought guest, an emanator who hides her true identity.
Emanator.
Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion, and Robin, her misfortune was staring right at her.
Robin.
Who will be the next to die?
Hard to take in.
It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time. And I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Acheron.
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper. I think our little deal is finished.
Memo Keeper.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one. And there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not.
Waduh, udah ada stretch mark kayaknya ini di sayap dendamnya. Bahaya sekali.
Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls.
Family? The family.
You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way.
Put it
They've
this
hushed
way.
up the
Ah, sick.
existence of death
Ada kata
before,
put it this way.
so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death.
Robin's
It'll
dead.
just quietly float off like a bubble and pop.
Pop.
Nobody ever being the wiser.
Pop.
That's not fair, right? So then, friend,
I need your help.
I need your help. I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall. And
High
to tear the
wall.
whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining
Robin,
a valuable
Robin.
bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very
Aduh,
moment.
jatuh.
This tragic news would be extremely
Aduh, jatuh.
bad for the family. So they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC.
IPC.
But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions. And that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you.
Astral
And Harmony
Express.
will give you the fairest of appraisals. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice.
Seek justice.
And I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
Win-win situation.
But don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions.
Companions.
That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal.
Navigator.
Look, here's my contact details. If you come to any conclusions, call me. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone.
Gila ngomongin tentang kematian ngeri banget.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
Seems off your eye.
What now? What are your plans?
Huh.
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
Black Swan. Bentar mas, klik. Waduh, terlalu ini, terlalu miring. A bit tilt, but good. A bit tilt. Sedikit susah dengan tilt, tapi oke. Kita masuk ya. Aduh. Oke, good. Black Swan.
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be.
Shrewd.
He
Aventurine.
doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking. That's quick thinking and
MASKU.
very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers.
Huh.
That is
Something
something
I
I
must
agree
agree
on.
on.
Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions, Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable of providing an answer.
13 Kamila.
But without a
Standard.
doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best to keep your distance from her. I'm not sure the two
Robin.
cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade.
Winged blade.
We've all witnessed it in action before. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape.
Dreamscape, yeah.
It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. I hope you can clarify the source of this
Black
confusion.
Swan, beautiful. With the lingerie.
Come,
Beautiful,
this
beautiful.
way.
Beautiful,
It's a short
beautiful,
walk.
beautiful.
Don't get lost.
Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful with the lingerie. Huh. Luggage. Investigates.
This way. This is where we part ways.
Nightmare.
All of this is like a nightmare.
Mimpi buruk.
Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened,
Reality.
and it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths.
Casting shadows.
And ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories. Ah, hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift.
Small parting gift.
If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on my behalf. I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you. Then, I've something private to take care of regarding the
Private.
Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave things there, shall we?
Shall we?
What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward to them.
Oof. Okay. Mantap. Oof. Okay. Time to walk off. Herta. The lady. Clocky statue.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
Family wrap.
This is ridiculous.
Kok ada balon melayang di situ? Ngebug atau emang sengaja kali ya? Adventuring.
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
Okay. Deep in memory zone.
Perish that blade now, Ranger.
Oh,
Do you still dream,
Hunter.
Hunter?
Has.
Those slain by your hand?
Hah, pedangnya keren. Duke Inferno kalah lawan itu. Gila, ngeri banget Acheron, sumpah. Atau lebih tepatnya
As are you.
apa namanya sih?
You still have room to make a choice.
Oh ya, Miko.
Leave the music
Raiden
box
May.
behind, and then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
Hesitation. Duke Inferno.
Taurus Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that eon, you won't get special treatment.
Special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand.
Part of the hunt. Yeah.
We come from the fire
Asik.
and are born
But
bathed in fire.
beast.
We spread, burn, and destroy
Killing.
until all the
Kindling.
kindling is burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground.
Gila, nggak dapat bahasanya. Kluk kluk kluk.
Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon. From the beginning to the end.
And
We are born to die just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth.
gila, ger. Ngeri.
Things are created for destruction.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just
Inferno.
as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn my heart. They're still young, and I don't blame them.
Blame them.
My flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you
Duke
see
Inferno.
the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring purgatory with me.
Purgatory.
And before that, I must surpass you.
Duke Inferno.
Why?
Because on the path they have forged,
Watch.
you have traveled
Far
farther than
enough.
I have.
Emanator. Is cool one? Good scene. Itu bisa gua cut gampang. Acheron.
Cannot hide your true
Identity.
Draw that sword, for we shall indeed
Remain here.
bound to fight a
Decisive
decisive
battle for death. Deal.
For I
Choose.
choose this.
Grrr. Yalah.
Destruction is intense, but brief. To
Brief.
greedily cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged.
Squawks. Aduh.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no different. Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void,
Void,
the
yeah.
so-called
Impossible.
is merely
Something that has yet to happen. Gila. Ngeri sekali bahasanya.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in existence.
Fire.
May this flame illuminate the farthest reaches of your bottomless
Dream. Gila.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right.
But
But you've made one small mistake. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or
Scabbard.
scorn. The personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but
disclose.
perhaps out of reciprocity. I'll reveal the truth to you.
Truth to you.
The hunt is not the path I truly follow.
To hunt.
May death be the end of your boundless
Dream.
dream, guiding you back to the waking
Waking
world.
world. Gila. Bahasanya mengerikan, tapi keren.
I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
My time.
Time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different.
Time.
You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but
Memo Keeper.
why?
Why? Memo Keeper.
Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary.
Beyond unnecessary.
He knows my
Gila.
nature.
Bahasanya itu loh.
There is but a
Keren sekali bahasanya sumpah.
destiny from
Destiny.
which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this. So it's
Ignorant.
time for me to inquire.
Inquire.
Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
Perhaps.
That's
Perhaps.
not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity.
Huh.
Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron hunters.
Stellaron Hunter.
Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget
Reason.
things, which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise.
So.
I know who is inside that cold armor.
Keren.
How about it?
Robot. Robot.
Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
Firefly.
Not yet time.
Armornya
I
keren
don't
sumpah.
need help, but I can give you a suggestion.
Masalah gue bisa dapetin
that
Sam
would
aja
make
keren
things
kali.
better for you and me. If
Firefly.
your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're
Death.
burying the past and the truth about
Truth.
what happened
Gila.
inside the dreamscape.
Dreamscape.
Already
ya.
on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
Astral Express.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for him?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction.
Elio.
Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an easier,
and more direct way. But as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
The script.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your
Split.
script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
Cool. Sam. Keren sumpah.
I knew it.
Hang on.
Hang on. Iya sih. Sam keren sumpah. Sam keren.
Don't. What?
Sam keren banget sumpah.
Your first question was,
Terus ada Sam ya sih kali ya.
do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. For a little light and to burn, to keep on burning until I turn to ash. So
Getting deep.
I really envy you.
Is that so?
Getting deep.
Then you're already living in the waking world.
Getting deep. Gile. Acheron. Cool. Getting deep.
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never expected Miss Robin to.
I'm sorry
Robin.
that I couldn't be with you then.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape,
Nemo Keepers.
just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them,
Oh iya.
starting with
Metanya
finding
Genshin masih
the murderer.
sama nggak ya?
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Well, tuh udah makin turun ya.
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this.
Himeko
And
makin
we
OP.
also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony is going to turn into a bloodbath.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to
Antisipasi.
try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly
Charmony.
here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
All the while accusing that Galaxy Ranger.
Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, Let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining,
One
the
by
closer
one.
we are to the truth. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral
ill
Express.
will.
If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal.
Skandal.
This is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can
Aventurine.
become a reliable ally. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option
Makes a
to
move.
pull out.
Makes a move.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Team up.
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here. And I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. He's been bullied a few times now, and I can't stand it anymore. You're like a broken record. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
MASKU kotor banget film MASKU. Bentar MASKU. Aventurine. Bentar masuk ya ke sambil mesin mos bentar ya. Wah.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it.
Like a long face, buddy! Cheer up, TikTok! I did too much this time!
Close one to get some diamonds. Talk to Himiko.
Avengerine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice. But it also can't be anything too out in the open. Avengerine has devoted considerable attention to her. But this Galaxy Ranger, we know hardly anything about her.
Apa pas live stream gini gue malah bisa bersih keyboard. Itu nggak apa, sekali-sekali. Walaupun nggak ada gunanya sebenarnya sih.
I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Avengerine. He's skilled at reading people and discerning the right moment to struck things clearly.
Okay. Wealth.
Avengerine said something that he accused that Galaxy it was a groundless accusation. Maybe Aventurine's goal. However, you've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss App? That fits the stereotype. They're eccentric, unpredictable.
Eccentric.
I really love Clocky.
Clocky.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up. But I feel like because aren't
Inside. Mr. Robin.
No. After all, they've brought everyone this sleepy dreamscape, which
Sleepy
everyone
dreamscape.
loves. I just feel like I'm starting to understand them less and less. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us were all outsiders from another world. Aw, what a mess.
Dunia lain.
I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down. But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Looks
That's
like
Mark
Aventurine
7.
doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. Himiko, what do you think?
Among our current clues, the two murders that he witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some
Split off.
things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate those and we can link up again later.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem.
Huh?
Huh.
Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himiko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Keep in touch.
Keep in touch.
Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
Gihil. Acheron.
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral
Astral
Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Well,
Wealth.
Is There's something about my name?
Who else?
First, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron.
Acheron.
You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
Bloodbath in Penacony.
Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that
Black hole.
black hole you're wielding?
Who do?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane.
Kane.
So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that
Acheron.
peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old final
request. Who? Okay.
I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy.
Watchmaker
And
legacy.
that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board.
On board.
Is he okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
Memo keeper.
He's fine. Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
Reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy.
Find that legacy.
And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang,
Trailblaze.
I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility.
Hostility.
Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments
Wala
before
masuk
we
ke
find
Honkai
solid proof.
Impact ini cerita ini.
By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No,
4 cups.
4 cups. Because the conversation coming up
Will
will last forever.
Ha, sick. Will last forever. Ahoy. Hotel in a real world.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams, only for people allergic to Soul Glad. And she said,
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
Huh. Oh, harta
the
karun.
guest rooms are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang.
Annihilation
There are
Gang.
latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after
Desperados.
meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12.
Well done.
Dubra.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny.
Progeny. Ifrit.
This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They
Ifrit.
were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
Ifrit.
They sought refuge in a land of sleep, merely wishing children of the flame. This
Ifrit ya.
marks your
Duduk.
rite of passage.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
When have thou on the path of destruction?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people...
Journey.
They have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory
Again.
recovery is going well.
Again,
but
again.
slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out.
Black Swan.
What happened? A memory after that
It's blank.
is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way,
Along the way. Blank.
it's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... No. Is this not a memory?
Memory.
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance.
Constance.
A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together.
Constance.
But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet star.
Dahlia.
And I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you... I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me.
Banquet.
I wish you unforgettable
Memory.
memories.
Oh. A phone.
Ketang.
Wanna listen in?
Ketang. Adventure in POV. Point of view.
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement.
Announcement.
Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been established, and shall take a legislative seat at the Interstellar Congress. The formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody history, turning the sensational Kataka-Abjin extinction event into a distant memory.
Distant memories.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known for being extremely harsh, constantly faced with the threat of impact from small-scale celestial objects. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke out nomad lifestyles as they struggle to survive the arid desert wilderness. They have developed their own folk beliefs that are independent of the Eon belief system.
Sigonia. Ravenous eye of the storm, spurned by all the gods.
Oh, si ini kali ya.
Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood, but not tears. You beat us with your falling stars. You lash us with wind and storm. You chew us up with the cracked earth.
Earth.
You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath a sword of bitterness.
Fengebiosh.
Gaiathra Triclops, if thou can hear me, please open up thy 3 eyes and gaze upon this child. When you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my belly. And where my husband went, I too soon must go. I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me, does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep?
Swaddled.
Does he dream of his mother's heartbeat and the sound of falling rain? Please tell me whether this life is all just a fleeting dream. Otherwise, why would this child be born to face impending death?
Mommy! Mommy, the rain. It's raining.
Raining? Raining.
It's raining. It's true.
Old world.
Elders weren't lying to us. They really did summon the rain. Mommy, we can leave here. We can go back home.
Back home.
Gaiathra.
Gaiathra Triclops.
Gaiathra Triclops.
You came.
Gaiathra
Do you hear
Triclops.
that? Thank you. Thank you. Darling,
Raindrops.
On the day you were born, the sky also sent down a gift like this from Gayatra. Such a lucky child. Such a blessed child. Just like your name.
Gift from them.
A gift
A vine.
from them to Avjan.
My boy.
My boy. May the goddess Gayatra
Close her eyes.
close her eyes
3 times.
3 times. Keep your blood eternally pulsing. Let your journey
Forever peaceful.
be forever peaceful.
Aduh. Oop.
And your schemes forever
Concealed.
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 Welcome
Kakafasha.
to the sad world. Kakafasha.
Adventurein kali ya. Gambler.
Time to wake up, gambler.
Adventurein.
Heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to be back so soon. How is it? Find anything?
Just as you guessed.
Dr. Ratio.
Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't
Dr.
even
Ratio.
faceless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony.
Kenapa
Using a
Dr. Ratio di
standard
sini?
guess. They must be dreaming.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family?
Aduh,
Let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival. To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. Until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare.
Just a nightmare.
That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme.
Meme.
When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were
Pitiful.
quite in a pitiful state of disarray.
Disarray.
Besides Robin, there was another body. I don't know the exact details, just
Stowaway.
that it was a stowaway.
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. He must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These 2 murders are definitely getting hushed up.
Hushed up.
What should we do? Let me think. It's too rare an opportunity to miss out on, so I gotta be careful.
Incredible, gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
There are plenty of chips. But it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin.
Masked fool.
Remember? That masked fool once told me to find a mute as a friend. Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony.
Of the harmony.
If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. Something was up with the family. Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, I tried every way I could to meet her. But she died. Right before my very eyes.
Very
A
eyes.
complete and utter loss. Incidentally, it seems to have resulted in your rather undignified arrival on the interrogation stand. There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However, for the foreseeable future, you shall, regrettably, find
Vigilant
yourself
watch
under the vigilant
of the
watch
hound.
of the hounds.
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. Starting to break out in a cold sweat.
Cold sweat.
Do you reckon there's still any chance of a comeback, given how things are?
A probability? Yes, it exists, but it verges on the infinitesimal. To phrase it in a manner more befitting the vernacular of Penacony, you're dreaming. But if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a
Subtle
super
candidate.
That man wants to see you again.
Who?
That man.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly
Sunday.
befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Messenger.
Fine. Oh, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands. Well, without any further ado, let's set off. Lead the way. The show is about to begin.
The show is about to begin.
We're here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for Penacony.
Fortress?
Huh.
Oh, I like this
Metaphor.
metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the Amanica star system not long ago, and their synchronized orbital manor wasn't this heavily guarded.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary guests would never grace these grounds in their lifetimes. Look
Moment of
around
freedom.
while you still have this moment of freedom.
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see. When we
We'll
meet
see.
the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer out of him.
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor.
Parlor.
Hold your tongue and let me deal with the members of the family.
Okay. Ooh. First time using.
This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
Ini perkara defense ya. Cool. Bisa dipilih switch gitu ya kan sih. Tapi kuasa gue nggak tahu lebih kemana arahnya.
This haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is like a thorned rose.
Hah. Masih muat gila ini. Nge-pushnya.
Seems the older I get, the harder it is to fall asleep.
Oke. Berkeliling-keliling sebentar. Oke, mungkin apa namanya sambil nge-farming sedikit lagi deh. Travelog. Buku ya? Benar ini. Kontrol gue masih bingung. Masih ada chance kah? Bisa nge-push. Because of war, satu lagi. Hapus satu lagi deh. I think I can do it.
Don't run ahead, Lynx.
Lynx. Cepat bela. Ya, mungkin bisa. Hancur langsung. Gile.
A wheel forged in ice never falters.
I weep for the departed. This too shall fall.
Kayaknya curah lah masih ini, tapi coba aja.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Deep breaths.
Destined for oblivion.
Ready for another?
Is that all?
Waduh. Dengan shield semua saya aman sih. Ketolong banget. Dengan sedikit shield.
A wheel forged in ice never falters.
Walaupun ulti jadi lama.
Waters of oblivion.
Is that all?
How familiar. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Destined for oblivion.
Oke.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Counter attack ya.
A wheel forged in ice
Oke.
never falters.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Oke.
Ready for another?
Aduh, shieldnya.
Destined for oblivion.
Ngeheal. Waduh,
Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counter.
kalau counter attack. Aduh, pelanya.
A will forged in ice.
Anjir pelanya ini.
Falters.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
100. Sama terus. Au.
Net markers activate. Time for
Kok counter attack. Siapa mana shieldnya Jepot? Never falter.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Terus tambah stocknya. Terus makin happy.
The still waters of oblivion.
ready for another? I think something hit me.
Aduh.
Is that all?
Lagi dengan shieldnya.
Net markers activate. Time for a good old
Kok counter attack.
I weep for the departed.
Asik.
It too shall fall.
Dapat terus stacknya. Oke.
Destined for oblivion.
Oke, beres tanpa proses susah. Mantap jiwa. Set gini bagus, jujur aja. Nggak perlu kerja keras banting tulang. Oke lah Masku, sepertinya untuk live stream kali ini cukup sampai sini aja dulu. Thank you sudah nonton. Ya walaupun sekarang kayaknya nggak ada yang nonton sih. Oke, sampai jumpa di live stream yang berikutnya ya. Thank you.